What's up, guys? This is Matt.
And this is Willie.
And we are Barely Alive.
And today we're going to show you about sidechaining and how we do it.
So just to start off, what sidechaining is basically it lowers the amplitude of a sound based off of another sound. So what you use sidechaining for is you'll put it on your synthesizers and have a kick drum turn down the synths when the kick is playing, or on a snare, or pretty much anything. It's more just a concept of turning something down based off of something else.
Yes, so the application in most dance music is that you have the bass sounds in the track duck or sidechain when the kick or snare comes in, because gives it sort of a more glued together feel. Also
just louder.
Yeah, and it can also make everything louder that way because the kick and snare aren't interfering with the main sounds. So normally the way this is conventionally done is with compression, where you have a compressor on the sound that you want to sidechain, and then you have the drums going into that compressor instead of the sound, so that it ducks whenever when the drums hit. And that's how it's usually been done. But with dance music nowadays, it's really hard to get like really consistent heavy compression that way. So people have started developing these plugins like LFO Tool and Volumeshaper, and what they do is they actually just they use an LFO or like an envelope to completely take away the sound completely.
Yeah, it's less about turning down the sound and more about brick walling the sound.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think many sidechain compressors can really do that.
You'd have to like layer like 10 of them in a row.
But even then it wouldn't be.
But even then it wouldn't go all the way down. So what we do is we have Volumeshaper is our favorite, and what we do is it's linked with a MIDI track, so that anytime we want sidechaining to occur, we just put in a MIDI note in our MIDI track and the sidechaining will happen. So basically this is Poison, the project, and we have a Volumeshaper on the mid-bass group.
Poison is our song with Dodge and Fusky.
Yes, Poison is our song with Dodge and Fusky, just in case you didn't know. So here's the song. This is the group with Volumeshaper. As you can hear, there's a lot of sidechaining happening, but there are no drums, and that's because it's not actually connected to the drums, it's connected to this MIDI track here. So if you go into the MIDI track, you can see it's just notes wherever we want the sidechaining to happen, doesn't matter what note they are.
Yeah, the MIDI triggers the amplitude envelope of the sidechain.
Yeah, and the way you do that is with this little MIDI output thing here, and I'll show you how to do that more in depth in a second. Basically, I just want to give you an overview. So the cool thing about Volumeshaper is that when you have like breaks where the drum pattern changes, you can put in these notes to basically follow the drum pattern. Poison. So that way it works just like normal sidechaining.
But more extreme.
But much more extreme.
And that's what this is all about. It's more extreme sidechaining, so you can really, I guess, turn up the music and get a really clean mix.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new project real quick. And I'm just going to show you how this is all routed up in case you are confused, because it's a little bit tricky. So first you want to, so here's going to be the sound that you're going to want to sidechain here. So sound, this is the group.
Just put white noise sample in there?
Yeah, we'll use white noise as an example. I'll just build up a massive white noise.
The envelope.
I always do the envelope. I always
forget it.
Okay, so that's our beautiful white noise sound. I'll delete this. White noise. So let's say you have a drum pattern on like the 1 and the 3, like a dubstep song. Let's make this 140 because we're making dubstep. So you want to make a MIDI track here. Don't put any instruments on it, just open the MIDI and put in the notes like that. Then you want to get your Volumeshaper, put it on this group here, and then you can draw in your curve, which is really fun.
And really, really helpful.
And very helpful. So that's like a standard curve that we will usually use for sidechaining. You don't have to do that exactly. So what you have to do is go to beat synced here and set that to beat one shot. That way it's not constantly looping, it's just only hits when you send a MIDI note to it. So once that's done, you're all done. Then you go to your MIDI track, click over here on no output, and then set it to the group, and then it'll automatically go to Volumeshaper. So here you go. So that's how we do it. And one other cool thing about Volumeshaper is that they just added this new feature where you can do multi-band processing. So
yeah, to do this without Volumeshaper is really tricky.
Yeah.
You have to do lots of grouping and layering of compressors and filters.
Yeah, so multi-band sidechaining is made really easy with this because you can just only sidechain the frequencies you want to. So right now, this is just the mid-band. So everything above this thing here will not be sidechained. So let's set it to about the middle. At 800, you can hear the difference. You can hear the top end of the sound is not being sidechained.
Yeah, so it's still sidechaining, but not as extreme.
Yeah. See, that can be very useful because really the most important thing is that the bass is sidechained.
Yeah.
The treble is not so important.
Yeah, treble is not important.
Yeah, as much treble as you can get in your song, the better.
Yeah.
Super pro tip from Barely Alive right there.
You're
More
welcome.
treble is better. All right, well, I think that covers everything.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy Volumeshaper as much as we do.
Yes.
Also, buy the new one; it's really good.
Yeah, super sick preset. Plugin. It's by Cable Guys, so you can go to their website, just search for Cable Guys Volumeshaper, and get that because it's essential, and we use it in every song. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Hey.